Hi, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner talking Giants, doing your Week 3 film review of the Giants' loss to the Cowboys. Obviously, these aren't as fun to do after a loss, but there's some offensive stuff that we're going to go through. I really like some of the schematic stuff they did to compensate for the offensive line, but we're also going to see some plays where the offensive line wrecks chances at big plays. Defensively, don't have it too much. I'm going to show you how they got beat with big chunk plays, and that's a worry of mine in this Wink Martindale cover 3, cover 1 defense. And I'm going to show you a run fit that makes me lose my mind. It's the most mad I've been about one single play of the New York Giants this season. So Week 3, we found one that just made me lose my mind. So let's get into it. Make sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And here we go. So this is the first drive of the game. Put Richie James in motion. Play action. Boot. Richie James is going to come across the line of scrimmage. You got Shep, Galladay. This looks like this play action boot. We're trying to get to one of these three guys, right? Well, what I really like from Kafka and Co. is you see Bellinger showing that he's going to do this drag route. So when you do these play action boots, obviously you get the whole defense flowing one way. Even if this guy, like this corner has this cover 3 zone right there, as long as no wide receivers over here, he's going to chase with it. So you get the entire defense flowing with one way, and you get them flowing that way with even more aggression because you play action to the right, so they have to get on their horse and compensate for the ground they lost. So you let Daniel Bellinger stop, slip out here, and get yourself a first down. See it from the other angle. Just good stuff. Scheming off of your scheme, which we're going to show that a couple times. Scheming off of what you've put on film and zagging. Good throw. Good stuff. First down. Next. This, I don't know how the Giants got away with this. So this is that throw to Daniel Bellinger where it's the RPO, but it looks like a read option. Here's why I'm surprised they got away with this. So line of scrimmage is right here. At the time of the throw, Feliciano's 4 yards down the field. Andrew Thomas is 3 yards down the field. I'm surprised they didn't call a legal man downfield. But if they're not going to call it, this is a great play. So you're running, an RPO, but you show it as read option. Obviously, Jones sells run. You've got like a smash concept on this side. You keep these linebackers sucked up. This safety's rolling down here. 2 men. You've got Shepard right here. And you just make this throw off of Diggs. Diggs bites at the run. Just throw it to Daniel Bellinger, and you get yourself a nice big gain. Easy yards for the Giants and Daniel Bellinger. Read option. Make the throw. Go. Simple stuff. Easy yards. Easy chunk plays for the New York Giants. So that was some good stuff on that. Going to hit a play on the defense. This is where the Giants' defense and Wink Martindale's defense has lost the most. This happened versus the Titans a couple times too. So the base of Wink Martindale's defense is cover 3. They do it. They run it in different types of ways where they're sending, these guys dropping out, these players, whatever. But the basis of it is cover 3 and cover 1. So which means we have 1, 2, 3 players playing the deep thirds of the deep 1, 2, 3 thirds of the field. And then you have the underneath players. So where teams have gotten this is they get in run formations. So under center, 2 tight ends, tight alignment, and do under center play action. And it's leaving where these linebackers are supposed to get depth. It's just leaving a lot of space. So this clear out is covered by, Adoree Jackson, the safety. This corner's playing the deep third bail. He's, in regular cover 3, someone's going to be underneath here. But because these linebackers get sucked up so much, there's just so much space. This happened a couple times. The CD Lamb drop, this happened. Now, Jackson does a fairly good job passing this off to the safety and realizing what we're getting, but just not fast enough. And it leads to the Cowboys and Cooper Rush. A good chunk, 18 yard play, 20-yard play. Next play. So this is something that's philosophical. So the Giants are going to run a lot of RPOs and free release RPOs, which are what? Is this really play action? No. But you got off coverage. You run a speed out. Get a free 5-6 yards. Right? Simple enough. The Bills did this a ton with Josh Allen and Brian Dable. This is just a big part of their offense. Simple. Here's why some offensive line coaches and other people kind of hate the new era of football in the sense that they always tag a pass to everything on their run calls. Because what happens is you just end up throwing the ball on what could be good run plays. So this is obviously the right decision by DJ. This is what they're teaching him. But this would have been a good run. You got Thomas out here. Bredesen and Feliciano comboing to this linebacker. Glowinski and Neal run a great combo. Glowinski pops off. You got the backside block by Tanner Hudson. This is good space. And obviously this player is reading Daniel Jones. This could have been a nice run. Now the argument to that is, okay, maybe that ends up being a 6-yard run is nice, but we get 6 yards out here. But I've always thought that 6 yards on the ground is more valuable than 6 yards in the pass. Because now you have to respect the run. Now you got to play more guys in the box and focus in on your run keys and have your linebackers, making sure to not drop back into coverage and stuff. So, this is kind of like just a philosophical thing, but it's something I kind of took notice of on that play. Next play. Just good blocking on this. One by Sterling Shepard. We're going to miss you, young Shep, even though I'm going to kill you later in this. You motion Shep in. Seal your guy off. Got Andrew Thomas influence blocking. Bredesen and Feliciano doubling to Parsons. Feliciano falls, but still Parsons is occupado. And then great double team by Evan Neal and Mark Lewinsky. Notice we talked about last week on the O-Line report the false steps by Evan Neal. No false step there. Still a little top heavy, but no false step. Move him. Earth moving. Wash him into that linebacker 42. Get yourself a nice little run. Good job by Daniel Bellinger. All right job by Daniel Bellinger. Next play. This play drives me freaking nuts. And this guy basically got benched after this. He finished this drive, and I think he played one snap after this. Why does this big run happen? Because it didn't have to happen. Why does this big run happen? So we talk a lot about this when we're talking about run defense's gap responsibility, which means playing your gaps. The C gap, B gap, A gap, A gap, B gap, C gap. Playing your gaps. So let's get to right here. Is everyone playing their gaps? Gap taken care of. Gap taken care of. Austin Kalitro's got to fill in right here. Tay Crowder's got to fill in over the top here. Doesn't do a very good job. DJ Davidson has this gap. This gap is taken care of. This gap is taken care of. And then this gap is going to be taken care of by Xavier McKinney. So we're all playing our gaps, right? We're trusting each other. We're playing team football. And if anybody who should be playing their gap the most is Austin Kalitro. Why? Because you've got the guy who's been playing the best on this defense in Dexter Lawrence. And that he's going to do his job. And guess what? Dex does his job. Dex does his job. But who doesn't do their job? Austin Kalitro. A 28-year-old journeyman who's played on 10 different teams. Getting a chance to start for the New York Giants. And he tries to be a freaking superstar. Instead of just playing over the gap on the top and allowing Dexter Lawrence to make the play, Austin Kalitro wants to be the superstar. He wants to make a sick play. He wants to slip under this block. He wants to slip under a future Hall of Famer Jason Peters. So instead of playing his gap, he tries to be superstar and gets sealed off, and we got a big-ass run. Dude, that crap drives me freaking nuts. It really does. Play your gap. Play your gap. You guys hear me on these film reviews. There's not much that just gets me just so pissed off. It's like, okay, this is a bad play. Let's talk about it. That pisses me off so much. Play your gap. And I know they're killing him for that. And Micah Mcfadden, who Austin Kalitro started the game, Micah Mcfadden played like 15 more snaps than Austin Kalitro. They benched his ass after it. I think he played 1 snap after it. Anyways, still on defense. 3rd down and 10. What is Wink Martindale doing? He's giving the cover 0 look, where you got everybody on the line of scrimmage. You got 5 wide, man, or lined up here. You got 2 for 2, and then out here. They know they're not sending everybody, but they don't know who they're sending. You run a nickel blitz. O'Shane Zimenez drops back. Belton slams down. And you get free rushers. You got to get the ball out quick. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys, 5 blockers. But guess what? We're not even going to send all of these just from these 6. And we're going to send 6, though. But O'Shane Zimenez is going to drop out. Darnay Holmes is going to blitz. And Kayvon's going to get his hand on the ball. And they just do a full slide to the left on this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 2 unblocked players because they do a full slide and leave Kayvon as the hot read. Gets his hands on it. Force him to punt. Awesome stuff. Back on the offensive side of the ball, this is just something I like when you're getting man coverage. Run a QB draw out of it. You run 4 wide. Get everybody out of the box as possible. You motion Sequon out. You get 1 person out of the box, and now we got 5 versus 5. Everyone's going to let their guys upfield. Green grass. They ran this another time in the game. I love that. Easy yards. Offensive play calling, creating easy yards for the New York Giants. Good stuff. That's just a play call that I like. Next. I did a breakdown on Twitter, but I'll obviously re-explain it. Smash is a concept that's essentially a high-low read, and it gets ran up top here. So let's watch up top here. This is smash. You run a flat, something, low, and then right here, intermediate, like kind of just a high-low read, where you're trying to read off of. If you've got man coverage, you can maybe make this throw. If you're running against a 2-deep zone, you're reading the flat defender. If he pops out and covers this, then you throw the flat, and then vice versa if he covers that. So that's what smash is, and that's what the Giants have run a ton this year. They didn't run it the last 2 years. They ran a lot under Pat Shurmur. This is clearly something that I think Daniel Jones went to the coaching staff when they asked him what he likes and said, I like smash, and they didn't run it the last 2 years. So there's a bunch of different ways you can do it, though. Like you can have Shepard do a little hitch and have Richie James run the curl. But anyways, so they run it down here as well. But they don't. So you put on tape. You put things on tape. So the Cowboys defense is smart. You've put on tape that you like to run smash. You have it man coverage. The flat is underneath the corner. Gets his hips open. We're covering the corner. Beautiful, right? Well, guess what? This is how Mike Kafka and Brian Dable are building off of it. Slayton runs the corner, opens up the hips of the corner, and then bam, double move. We've got leverage. We've got speed. This is right before the half. We got a big play. We're going to get at least 3 points on the board because of this one play. We're going to get it. Daniel Jones' eyes are keeping this safety honest. Keep him in the middle of the field. He's ready to step up and pull the trigger. But the one big problem is we can't protect it. Go watch the O-line report for more analysis on what happened with Evan Neal there. So, next play. Or not next play, but later in this drive. This ends up being that play action. Or that offensive pass interference. So, this is dagger. Now they have a dig on the backside of this, which is pretty interesting. Or you could call this their wave, maybe their wave concept, but it's very similar. Where you have the clear out and then the dig. Maybe this is offensive pass interference on Shep. I'm not going to argue with that. And then you get Kenny Galladay wide open for a nice chunk play. I'm not here to break this down too much. I just want you to watch Daniel Jones. This is an awesome play. Making stuff happen. Making stuff happen. You got pressure raining down. You got the edge, being washed around the corner. But here comes DeMarcus Lawrence, who called you Little Eli. Make him miss. Made him miss a couple other times in this game. He had 3 sacks, though, so I can't talk shit on DeMarcus Lawrence. Deliver a strike. But it gets called back. All right, second half. We're going to try and get a chunk play coming out of the second half. We're going to stack Richie James and Darius Slayton. They're going to work inside leverage. Sell inside. Slayton's going to go vertical. And Richie James is going to run it out. So you've got this corner in chase. You've got Diggs' hips open. And Richie James is wide open for a nice chunk play. Nice chunk play. Good stuff. Good stuff to clear this out and mess with the hips of Trevon Diggs. But one problem. We can't protect it up. Good job by Jones keeping the safety's eyes, safety in the middle, but he's obviously reading this as well. Can't protect it. Frustrating. All right, back on the defense. There's an argument that Xavier Mckinney is the Giants' best linebacker right now. This is an awesome play. Cowboys are trying to get outside the tackles, which they've done very well of. They pulled Zach Martin and steal. You got a down block on Nick Williams by the tight end. Kicking out O'Shane Ximenez. Just a good job by McKinney reading this. Reading this, getting to the gap and shooting it. And you funnel it into O'Shane Ximenez, who's getting driven into the sideline. Just good reading and being quick. Like, there's seriously an argument that he's the Giants' best linebacker right now. And he's not a linebacker. People forget that. All right, next play. This is another great Xavier McKinney play. I don't know exactly what this defense is, and I even sent it to my buddy who covers the Ravens, Ken McCusick. I don't know exactly what to call it. This is the Xavier McKinney pass breakup. So you've got, two high safeties. One of these two is essentially uncovered. And then, 5 men up front, Tay Crowder. So Tay Crowder pops out. Kayvon Thibodeau pops out. And then you'd think Adoree Jackson's going to carry this. No, but he's playing this. And then McKinney picks this up. I've heard it called clamp. But just a great play by McKinney. To read this, not turn his hips too early, and go. Just a nice pass breakup. And then also, Dexter Lawrence. Let's watch Dexter Lawrence. Punch, extend. I don't know how that's not holding. Maybe it was called holding. Anyways. And then a nice pass breakup by Xavier McKinney. Good stuff. Next play. 3rd and 12. You got to cover one look. Like, man, the safety right here. All these guys on the line of scrimmage. And essentially, you do have cover one. You do have cover one, excuse me. This is the worry, though, when you play some great QBs with playing Fabian Moreau and Cordell Flott. If he wins this, McKinney's not able to get over the top. That could have been a big play. Ball's a little overthrown. Up front, what are we doing? Great stunt setup for Jihad Ward. Occupy these two players allows O'Shane Zimenez to loop around. So good stuff by Jihad. Great job by Julian Love. He's essentially got man coverage on Zeke. Zeke's staying in. Bang, press him back into the quarterback. O'Shane Zimenez gets free on the stunt. Put pressure on him. But could have been a big play for the Cowboys. All right, back on the offense. Got 5 more plays we're going to go through. Again, under center play action. Kenny Galladay's running the out and up. By the way, you really can't question Kenny Galladay's effort in this game. It's not very smooth at all, but I'm not questioning his effort at all. But again, you run Galladay. You run this little over route with David Sills. Step up, fire, strike, first down. Let's see it from the backside. Good job. You got 2 guys barreling down on you. In week 2, Jones was not hitting this. Like, he's just going to run forward and not keep his eyes downfield. Good job stepping up. His eyes never leave upfield. Fire strike. First down. Good stuff. Next play. Well, this is called a Saquon Barkley touchdown. This is beautiful. Running wide zone. So Glowinski gets pushed back. But you've got Thomas on the backside. This is going to be left unblocked. They're doubling to here. Neal's moving to Van Der Esch. They're blocking out. So good job by, even with all this pressure, this penetration right here, by Saquon to press the hole. Make his cut. This backside linebacker not able to make the tackle, so Saquon being Saquon, just running through contact. And then Feliciano doesn't come off to number 6. Evan Neal does a great job on Leighton Van Der Esch. And Saquon. Jump cut. That's a beautiful jump cut. Bam. Go. Got the 20 miles per hour on this. Touchdown Giants. Saquon Barkley, the New York Giants offense. Next play. What do we have on this? So, this is what I was talking about, how they're building off of their playbook. Have we not seen, maybe not all in this film review, but in this game, under center play action, Galladay running deep, this receiver running an over. We've seen it a few times, ran it a bunch in this game. Build off of it. So you show it, bam. Get him selling, break nice and open. So just self-scouting and playing off of what you do. And Shep drops it. Good job by Jones here. Move the pocket. Set your feet. Pull the trigger. All in one motion. Bam. Lines up his feet well. Just a beautiful ball. And a chunk play taken off the board. That's very frustrating. Here, this might be Jones' best throw of the day. Or the night. They run backside flood. Which is those 3-level reads we've talked about. Where you got 1 deep, One intermediate, one short. They run it from the backside on this. So Richie James. Now you got two of these guys in one space. I don't know exactly if that's done the right way. But this is the look. This is the look you want it from. They're running cover 2. They're running cover 2, so you're making the read off of this player. Now maybe you could throw this a little earlier if you're DJ. But again, this guy might make this play. So make him stay with this. And just throws a beautiful ball. We'll see it from the other side. Dealing with pressure. Again, maybe he... I don't know. But off his back foot. Right over the hand of 6. And that's why I can't sit here and say it's late because of 6. Maybe 6 is able to cut this off if he throws it earlier. Just a beautiful ball. Good catch by Richie James as well. And then the last play we're going to do. Interception. There's 1 minute and 17 seconds left in the game. You've got David Sills running a dig with all this space in the middle. This is the chunk play. This gets you to the 35. Or the 33 or whatever. This gives you, you're snapping the ball at the 33 with 1 minute left. Giving yourself a chance. Daniel Jones, great timing on it. I know some Monday morning quarterbacks will say he should have pulled this. Bull crap. This is a timing route. David Sills just falls. And you get an interception, and the game's over, and the Giants are not undefeated anymore, which is frustrating. But so we'll, let me know what you guys think, what you liked, what you didn't, and we'll break it down next week. Hopefully, we're breaking it down after beating the Bears next week. So I do appreciate you guys. Again, make sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll see you on the next one. Let's go, Big Blue.